High creatinine can make you feel like every bite is a risk, even foods that seem healthy. When your levels are high, it usually means your kidneys are struggling to filter properly, and that can feel scary and confusing. But you're not alone. I've spent 15 years helping people heal and protect their kidneys, and I want to guide you through this gently. In this video, I'll walk you through 3 fruits you can safely enjoy and 3 you should avoid if you want to keep your creatinine under control. And at the end, I have a powerful non-food bonus tip that many people overlook, so stay with me, because you don't want to miss it. Let's start with a fruit that doesn't get nearly enough credit for kidney recovery, yet it's one of the kindest, most supportive choices you can make. Fruit to eat number 1, pears. Pears are truly a blessing when your creatinine is higher than it should be. One medium pear gives you only about 121 milligrams of potassium, comfortably low compared to many other fruits. That's exactly what your kidneys need when they're already working hard to balance electrolytes. High potassium fruits like bananas or oranges can add stress, but pears keep things gentle. Their fiber is another quiet hero. With about 5.5 grams per pear, this fiber helps your digestion run smoothly and binds waste inside the intestines. Why does that matter for creatinine? Because better gut function means fewer toxins, including creatinine, get reabsorbed back into your bloodstream. Your kidneys get a break, and that break matters. Have you ever noticed your digestion acting up when your kidneys aren't doing well? You'd be surprised how closely the two are connected. Tell me in the comments if you've ever felt that link. Pears also contain a natural sugar alcohol, sorbitol, which has a gentle, soothing laxative effect, perfect if you deal with constipation on a renal diet. And their high water content gives you hydration without the risk of water retention. For anyone in the early stages of kidney disease, pears are one of those safe, steady companions you can rely on. Now, let's talk about the right way to enjoy pears so your kidneys get the most benefit. The simplest and best way is to eat them raw. And if your stomach handles it well, leave the skin on. That delicate skin is packed with antioxidants like chlorogenic acid, which gently calm inflammation inside your kidney tissues. But if you or someone you care for prefer something softer, warmer, or easier to chew, lightly steaming pears is a beautiful alternative. Add just a pinch of cinnamon and you'll unlock their natural sweetness without needing any sugar at all. Many of my older patients who struggle with chewing or digestion do far better with soft-cooked pears, especially those dealing with reflux or indigestion alongside kidney stress. I remember an older patient who couldn't tolerate any fresh fruit, not even a bite. Once we switched her to gently steamed pears with a little cardamom, her bloating eased, her digestion settled, and her bowel movements became more regular. And yes, even her creatinine trend began improving. Sometimes the smallest adjustments make the biggest difference. When you're choosing pears, reach for Bartlett or Anjou varieties. They're naturally juicy, sweet, and higher in fiber. But skip bruised ones. Once fruit starts to ferment, it produces alcohols and sugars that can irritate your stomach and create stress your kidneys don't need. And whatever you do, avoid canned pears. Even the light syrup versions are loaded with refined sugar and stripped of most of their natural fiber. Always check the label. If the ingredients list anything besides pears and water, it's better to walk away. A common mistake I see is drinking store-bought pear juice. Almost all the fiber is removed, leaving you with a concentrated sugar blast that hits the kidneys hard. Another sneaky mistake is pairing pears with salty crackers or cheese. That combo pushes sodium and phosphorus way up without you realizing it. Have you ever done that? If so, you're not alone. Tell me in the comments. Now, let's move on to our next fruit, one that's sweet, cooling, juicy, and wonderful for hydration, circulation, and gentle detox, all while staying incredibly kidney-friendly. Fruit to eat number 2, watermelon. Before we dive deeper, I'd really love to know where you're watching from and what kidney challenges you're facing right now. Are you trying to naturally bring your creatinine down? If that's your journey, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss a tip that could truly help you. And if this video is helping you so far, just type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback means so much, it helps me shape this content exactly the way you need it. Now, let's talk about watermelon, one of the most soothing and hydrating fruits you can eat. With a water content of about 92%, watermelon gives you a clean, refreshing way to stay hydrated without overwhelming your kidneys, even if you're on a fluid-restricted plan. In kidney disease, hydration is a careful dance. You need enough water to support filtration, but not so much that your body can't handle it. Watermelon strikes that balance beautifully. A single cup of diced watermelon gives you around 170 milligrams of potassium, still comfortably low compared to many other fruits. You also get 46 calories, 15 milligrams of magnesium, and about 12 milligrams of vitamin C. That vitamin C quietly supports tissue repair, including the delicate nephrons inside your kidneys. But the real star here is citrulline, a natural amino acid found in watermelon. Citrulline helps blood vessels relax and open up, improving circulation. Better circulation means lower blood pressure, one of the most important factors for protecting kidney filtration. Are you dealing with high blood pressure alongside kidney issues? If you are, you're definitely not alone. Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to know how you've been managing both. Now, let me share a simple, delicious way to enjoy watermelon without putting any extra strain on your kidneys. Take 1 cup of seedless diced watermelon, 5 fresh mint leaves, half a peeled cucumber, and a handful of ice. Blend them into a refreshing, cooling drink. If you like a little warmth in the flavor, add the tiniest pinch of dried ginger powder. It brings a gentle heat that beautifully balances the coolness of the watermelon and mint. Just one thing, don't add sugar or salt. Even a small amount can completely undo the kidney-friendly benefits of this drink. If you're on a fluid-restricted diet, try to limit yourself to 1 cup of watermelon per day. For those with more advanced kidney disease, even that may be too much. In those cases, especially for older adults who already struggle with swelling or fluid retention, half a cup per day is safer and easier for the kidneys to manage. When choosing a watermelon, look for one with a creamy yellow field spot. That's the mark of a fruit that ripened naturally on the vine. Give it a gentle tap. A hollow sound means it's fresh, juicy, and full of hydration. Seedless varieties are also easier on the digestive system. And please skip the pre-cut trays at the grocery store. They lose nutrients quickly and can harbor bacteria if they sit out too long. Remember, even healthy foods need portion control. Watermelon is low in potassium, but eating big bowls of it or blending it with high-sugar fruits can overwhelm your system. That can spike blood sugar, worsen fluid retention, and even raise potassium levels. If you're in stage 4 or 5 chronic kidney disease, that could put you at risk. If this video has been helpful so far, take just a second to tap the like button. It may seem like a small gesture, but it signals to YouTube that this kind of content matters and helps reach more people who are struggling with creatinine issues and kidney disease. If you know someone who might benefit, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Up next, we'll move on to something crisp, tart, and quietly healing, a fruit that soothes digestion, lowers inflammation, and brings an alkalizing effect that protects your kidneys over time. Fruit to eat number 3, apples. Apples might look like an ordinary fruit, but when it comes to protecting your kidneys, they're quietly powerful, especially when you eat them the right way. They're rich in pectin, a gentle, soluble fiber that forms a soft gel inside your intestines. That gel locks onto toxins like creatinine and urea, helping your body remove them through your bowels instead of forcing your kidneys to filter everything on their own. Less filtering means less stress on your kidneys, something your body will thank you for. A medium apple has about 195 milligrams of potassium. That's considered moderate, but still safe for most people with mild to moderate kidney issues. It also gives you more than 4 grams of fiber, which helps you stay full, supports digestion, and keeps everything moving regularly. And yes, there are about 19 grams of natural sugar in an apple, but the beauty is that this sugar is paired with fiber. That slows down absorption and prevents blood sugar spikes, which is especially important if you're managing both diabetes and kidney disease. Apples also contain quercetin, a powerful antioxidant that eases inflammation in the kidneys and protects the delicate lining of your blood vessels. Some studies, including those from the Cleveland Clinic, suggest that diets rich in quercetin may support better filtration and reduce scarring inside the nephrons. Do you eat apples regularly? If you do, tell me how you enjoy them: raw, sliced, baked, blended? I'd really love to hear your routine. How you eat your apples matters just as much as choosing the right ones. One of the simplest, kidney-friendly ways is to slice them and pair them with a little almond butter. Just make sure it's the no salt, no sugar kind. It's creamy, satisfying, and keeps your blood sugar steady. Another lovely option is to bake thin apple slices with a sprinkle of cinnamon and nutmeg. The warmth brings out their natural sweetness without the sugar overload you'd get from pies or crisps. It's comfort food, but still gentle on your kidneys. If you prefer something fresh, try dicing apples into a spinach salad with a few chopped walnuts and a splash of apple cider vinegar. It's bright, crunchy, and gives your digestion a beautiful boost. When it comes to picking apples, choose Fuji, Gala, or Honeycrisp. They're naturally sweet, easy on sensitive stomachs, and perfect for snacking. Organic is ideal because apples consistently appear on the Dirty Dozen list for pesticide residue. And be cautious with wax-coated apples. If you plan to eat, the skin wax can trap chemicals and interfere with digestion, and rinsing alone won't remove it. Now, here's what to avoid. Apple juice is one of the biggest mistakes I see. The fiber is gone, and all you're left with is a concentrated sugar hit that puts stress on both your kidneys and your pancreas. The same goes for candied apples and processed apple snacks. They often hide sodium, preservatives, and phosphorus additives that your kidneys simply don't need. I once had a patient who made one small change. He swapped his morning toast and jam for a fresh apple with almond butter. Within weeks, his bloating went down, his digestion improved, and he told me he felt satisfied for much longer. And yes, his creatinine trend began improving. Sometimes the gentlest shifts make the biggest difference. So now we've looked at 3 fruits you can safely enjoy: pears, watermelon, and apples. Next, let's talk about 3 fruits you should avoid if you want to protect your kidneys. And we'll start with a very common breakfast favorite. Fruit to avoid number 2, bananas. Bananas are often seen as one of the healthiest fruits, but when your creatinine is high, they can quietly work against you. A single medium banana contains around 422 milligrams of potassium, which is considered very high. When your kidneys aren't filtering well, that potassium can build up in your bloodstream faster than you realize. An elevated potassium isn't just a lab number problem, it can disrupt your heart's electrical rhythm, causing irregular heartbeats or, in severe cases, even cardiac arrest. Most people have no idea how quickly their potassium intake can stack up. Have you ever looked at your lab reports and wondered how much potassium your kidneys can safely handle? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear what you've learned. Another hidden issue is that bananas show up in foods where you might not expect them. Banana bread, baby formula, dried banana chips, smoothie powders. They can pack huge amounts of potassium in a single serving. Just half a cup of dried banana chips can contain nearly 500 milligrams of potassium, more than an entire fresh banana. Have you ever eaten a trail mix or dried fruit blend without checking the label? You might be surprised how much potassium sneaks in. And then there's the sugar. As bananas ripen, their starch turns into simple sugars, giving them a much higher glycemic load. A soft, sweet banana will spike your blood sugar far more than a firm, less ripe one. If you're managing diabetes alongside kidney disease, a combination I see far too often, that spike can cause even more oxidative stress in already vulnerable kidney cells. So for anyone dealing with high creatinine, high potassium, or high blood sugar, reducing or avoiding bananas can take a huge load off your kidneys and help protect your heart at the same time. People often make another mistake with bananas. They mix them with other high-risk ingredients without realizing how quickly the nutrients add up. Think about banana smoothie bowls loaded with yogurt, peanut butter, or protein powders that contain phosphorus additives. In just one meal, you end up with a heavy hit of potassium, phosphorus, and sodium. For kidneys already struggling to balance electrolytes, that combination can be overwhelming. Do you ever blend bananas with nut butters or protein mixes? If so, it might be time to rethink that recipe. Another issue is ripeness. Overly ripe bananas break down much faster in your gut because of their higher sugar content. When kidney function is low, this can lead to poor digestion and absorption. Many of my kidney patients tell me they feel bloated or mildly uncomfortable after eating soft, sweet bananas. Have you ever noticed stomach upset after eating ripe bananas? Share your experience. I'd love to hear. When shopping, many people grab discounted, very ripe banana bundles, thinking they're getting a good deal. But that extra ripeness means more sugar, more potassium, and quicker spoilage. I always guide my patients to choose bananas that are still slightly firm. It's a much safer option. And be extra cautious with processed foods. Many meal replacements and protein powders contain potassium chloride, which quietly adds more potassium without clearly stating it on the front label. It's an easy way to exceed your limits without even knowing. Now, let's turn to a fruit that seems light and refreshing, but actually carries a hidden double burden of acidity and potassium. Fruit to avoid. Number 1, oranges. Oranges may seem light and refreshing, but when your kidneys are struggling, they can be more harmful than helpful. One medium orange gives you around 237 milligrams of potassium, which is already on the higher side. But the real trouble begins when you drink orange juice. Just one 8-ounce glass contains nearly 470 milligrams of potassium, almost double what you'd get from eating the fruit. That concentrated dose can overwhelm weakened kidneys, especially if you drink it daily. Have you ever checked a juice label and felt shocked by the potassium number? Oranges are also high in citric acid, which increases overall acidity in your body. Your kidneys then have to work extra hard to keep your blood pH balanced. Long term, that acid load can contribute to metabolic acidosis, something studies from the National Kidney Foundation have linked to faster kidney decline. And acidity doesn't come from oranges alone. Diet sodas, pickles, and processed foods add to the burden. If you often pair citrus dressings with salty meals, your acid and sodium intake may be rising much faster than you think. Another hidden danger: many citrus drinks are fortified with extra nutrients or sweeteners. You'll sometimes see potassium enriched, potassium citrate, or other additives on the label, things you'd never expect in a simple orange drink. That's why I always tell my kidney patients to read labels carefully, even on foods that look healthy. It's not just juice you need to watch out for. Many salad dressings, marinades, glazes, and sauces include orange juice or concentrate for flavor. Those small amounts add up: extra potassium here, extra acidity there, day after day. Have you ever used an orange-based dressing without realizing what it could be doing to your kidneys? I'd love to hear your experience. Even canned mandarin oranges in syrup can be a quiet problem. They're soaked in added sugar, which increases calories, potassium load, and can disrupt digestion by throwing off the osmotic balance in your gut. I've seen many patients improve their creatinine levels and feel noticeably better simply by cutting out citrus juices and orange-based products. It's a small change that can make a surprisingly big difference. Now, let's move to another fruit that looks innocent, sweet, sunny, even luxurious, but hides a triple threat for anyone with struggling kidneys. Fruit to avoid: number 3, mangoes. I know, mangoes feel like a treat from the tropics. But one cup carries around 277 milligrams of potassium and 23 grams of sugar. And unlike apples or berries, mango sugar isn't cushioned by much fiber. It hits your bloodstream fast, creating a sharp spike in glucose. That sudden rise creates oxidative stress inside your tissues, including your kidneys. If you're juggling diabetes and kidney issues at the same time, that makes mangoes even more problematic. And there's more beneath the surface. Mangoes contain uronic acid and oxalates, compounds that weak kidneys struggle to filter. These can irritate the kidneys, raise inflammation, and even contribute to stone formation. Studies from the Mayo Clinic show that high oxalate diets increase the risk of stones and calcification, especially when filtration is already compromised. And mango isn't just eaten fresh, it's blended into smoothies, lassis, and desserts. When you mix it with yogurt or milk, you end up with phosphorus, calcium, and potassium all landing in your kidneys at once. It's no wonder some people see their lab numbers stall or worsen without realizing why. Maybe you've tossed mango into post-workout shakes thinking it was a healthy boost. Many of my patients have done the same. And dried mango? Even tougher. Without water, the potassium becomes heavily concentrated. Just half a cup can surpass the potassium of a whole banana. Those healthy tropical snack packs can be a hidden danger. Have you ever looked at a dried fruit mix and realized it was packed with more potassium than expected? If you've had that moment, share it below. I love hearing about those discoveries. Even natural mango candies often contain sulfur dioxide and added sugars. They're sweet and comforting, but behind that sweetness is inflammation, bloating, and fluid retention. 3 things your kidneys don't need. If you truly miss the taste, a quarter cup of puree may be okay for some people, but only with your doctor's guidance and stable lab markers. Even then, moderation is everything. Now, let's move to something that isn't a fruit at all but has become a real turning point for many of my kidney patients. Let's take a closer, more careful look at kidney health tip: infrared sauna therapy. Infrared sauna therapy isn't just about sweating, it's about giving your kidneys a gentle break. Infrared light warms your body from the inside, triggering a sweat response that removes toxins through your skin instead of relying solely on your kidneys or liver. This helps lighten the metabolic load, which is so important when your kidneys are already working overtime. Studies from the Cleveland Clinic and the University of Southern California have shown that regular infrared sauna sessions can actually improve kidney function markers like estimated glomerular filtration rate, while reducing overall toxin buildup. Beyond detox, it boosts circulation, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to your kidneys. That extra blood flow can calm inflammation in the nephrons, the tiny filtering units that do the heavy lifting. I usually recommend 2 to 3 sessions per week, about 15 to 25 minutes each, at 110 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit. After your session, rehydration with low-sodium fluids is essential, especially if you're on a fluid-restricted plan. That said, infrared therapy isn't for everyone. If you have uncontrolled blood pressure or active heart disease, check with your doctor first. Seniors should also get medical clearance, particularly during warmer months. I've seen patients with stubbornly high creatinine levels make slow but steady progress when they combine sauna therapy with dietary changes. It's not a magic cure, but it's a supportive tool that deserves attention. Safe, kidney-friendly fruits, pears, watermelon, and apples. Low in potassium, rich in fiber or hydration, and gentle on digestion. Fruits to avoid with high creatinine: bananas, oranges, and mangoes, too much potassium, acidity, or sugar, sometimes all three at once. Extra support for your kidneys. Infrared sauna therapy can help your skin sweat out toxins, easing the burden on your kidneys. If this video helped you understand what your kidneys truly need, subscribe to heal you so you don't miss future tips. And if you feel like this video gave you some clarity or relief, type relief in the comments. I'd love to know it helped you feel seen and guided. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and there is a way forward.